Hello everybody. So in this session we'll talk about a form of poetry named elegy. So in this session we'll be looking at the introduction on an elegy, the theme being used in an elegy, and the type of elegy, namely pastoral elegy, and the important elegies being written in English literature. So let's begin with the introduction. So, elegy is nothing but a poem of mourning or lamentation on the death of someone. So, the poem actually presents a lamentation or mourning on the death of someone. So, it is a mourning poem. Now, if you look at the origin of this kind of poem, this kind of poem originated in ancient Greece and this is judged by its subject matter and not by meter or stanza form. So if you look at ode or lyric, we find that stanza form and meter was given much more importance, while if you look at elegy, what is more important is the theme of the poem or the subject matter of the poem, because this poem is purely a lamentation or a mourning poem on the death of someone close to the writer or someone the writer has been known for years long. So here the subject matter is more important compared to the meter or stanza form. So if you look at the English poetry, the elegiac meter has been iambic. So this is the common trend in almost all the elegies. So it will be used in iambic meter. Looking at the theme of the poem, since it is a mourning poem or it's the lamentation on the death of someone very close, the theme is a mixture of lament and melancholy reflection. So this is a reflection on something that is melancholic, as well as it is a lament, it is mourning. The poet is mourning on the death of someone close. The meaning of melancholic is sad, a sad reflection on someone the poet has lost. So moving on, we'll look at pastoral elegy. This is another form of elegy. So it is developed through pastoral convention and classical mythology. Now, what is pastoral convention? Pastoral convention is a form where we find that in this type of elegy, the shepherd will be the poet, and it will be a sort of shepherd pointing out his own loss. So the pastoral convention is based on the greenery that the England had. England had lots of greenery and lots of shepherds. So usually when the shepherds go for grazing the sheep, they'll be singing songs between the shepherds. So it is based on this convention that they took it into an elegy and named it pastoral elegy, where the poet will be the shepherd and he will be mourning on the death of his fellow poet or the fellow shepherd. So the poet will be in disguise. The first pastoral elegy was written by Edmund Spenser, and the name of the elegy was Astrophel. It was written on the death of Sir Philip Sidney. So Edmund Spenser was the first one to write a pastoral elegy in English, and it was written on the death of Sir Philip Sidney, another great poet. So some of the important pastoral elegies are Astrophel, written by Spenser, Lycidas, written by Milton, Adonius, written by Shelley. So if you look at some of the important elegies, the earlier was pastoral elegy, where we'll find the poet in the form of shepherd, and the person who died in the form of another poet whom the poet seems to have lost. Here, those conventions won't be used in a common elegy. So some of the common elegies are elegy written in Country Churchyard by Thomas Gray, In Memoriam by Tennyson, Rugby Chapel by Matthew Arnold, and In Memory of W.B. Yeats by W.H. Auden. So these are some of the important elegies or most popular elegies written in English. So that's all about elegy. Thank you.